boys and girls, a very good evening and welcome to this live class where we look at question number 4 as a part of our 15 must-solve questions for the SBI BO mains exam. I hope your preparation for this exam is in high gear and also for the other exams which are lined up your way in the months to come. Now, whatever we discuss in these sessions, like the question number 4 that we are going to look at today, is useful not just for your SBI PO exam but also for other competitive exams that you're going to take up, right? So I think a very useful and a very interesting question here to solve. So let's get started. It is on data interpretation, rather missing data interpretation as it is popularly known as, because some values in the data here are missing. And you need to calculate those values from the question itself. Okay, so very interesting question. Like I've said, it is based on commission earned on selling different types of products by different stores there. Let me present the data to you all. Try and understand this first, and then we will look at the question. So here we go. The data is on your screens now. Look at what it says. It basically talks about the percentage range of commission earned on all sold articles and commission earned by 5 stores in rupees, right? It shows the percentage range of commission earned on all sold articles and the commission earned by 5 stores in rupees. So what are the stores here? A, B, C, D, E. These are the 5 stores. The range of commission is also given. Like for store A, the range of commission is from 0 to 16%. For store B, it is 16 to 32. Values for C and D are missing, and that for store E is 0 to 20. And the commission earned overall in rupees is 32,000 for A, not available for B, 35,000 for C, not available for D, and 40,000 for E. Also, some important points given here. It says the commission percent is on selling price. Very, very important to note, right? The commission percent is on selling price. Some values are of course missing, like we have already observed, and we have to calculate them according to the question. And the last part here is range of commission are in integral values, right? These are integers and not, fractional values. So I think simple data, A, B, C, D, 5 stores, the range in which they can earn commissions, and the total commission earned in rupees by these 5 stores with some values missing there. So let me present the first question from this data to you all, and here we go. So here's the question. Store A sells 480 articles of only 3 types of articles it has. Their numbers are in the ratio 1:2:3, and their selling prices are 800, 600 and 400 respectively. And commission charged on them have a difference of 1% in sequence. 1% in sequence. Least number of articles sold have least commission percent respectively. Then find the highest commission percentage of articles. So you have all the data there. 1 minute with this and your clock starts now. Understand the question carefully and then mark your answer. Got it? Option 3 is what one of you have marked here. Power Star is the name. 13.375. Waiting for more responses before we take this up. Hurry up. You've already spent enough time, guys. You should have got the answer by now. But I shall wait for a few more seconds. All right, time is up. Let's solve this question now. Here we go. So we have already understood the data, 5 stores, A, B, C, D, E, the range in which they earn commission on different products that they sell, and the total commission earned in rupees here. Now, what does it say? Store A sells 480 articles of only 3 types of articles it has, right? It has got only 3 types of articles. The store A here has got 3 types of articles, and it has sold a total of 480 articles. And their numbers are in the ratio 1:2:3. Meaning these 480 articles have been sold in the ratio of 1:2:3, where 1, 2, 3 refer to the 3 different types of articles that they have. And the selling prices of these articles are 800, 600 and 400 respectively. So we know the selling prices of the articles, and you also know the number of articles sold of each type. And the commission charged on them have difference of 1% in sequence respectively. The least number of articles sold have least commission percentage. Then find the highest commission percentage of articles. So basically, let's say the 3 types of articles are whatever X, Y, Z, or type 1, type 2 and type 3. What is the ratio given here? See, total 480 articles have been sold. In what ratio? 1:2:3. Now simple calculation is that there are total of 6 parts. 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 3, 6. So if you divide 480 in 6 parts, each part will be equal to 80, right? 480 by 6 is 80. So this will be 1 part. So 80 itself. This will be 2 parts. So 160, and these are 3 parts. So 240. All right. So 80, 160, 240 are the number of articles sold of each type. So 80 articles here, 160 articles here, and 240 articles here. You can see 1:2:3 is the ratio, and the sum here is 480. 80 plus 160 plus 240 is equal to 480, right? Now, what's the next step? We also know the selling prices. This is the count of articles. Let's now look at the selling price of each of the articles. What is the price? 800 rupees for the first type. 800 rupees for the first type, 600 for the second type, and 400 for the third type. 400 for the third type. Now comes the commission part. What is the commission percentage? What is the commission percentage? It says that the commission charged on them have a difference of 1% in sequence. They have a difference of 1% in sequence. Least number of articles sold have least commission percentage. See, least number of articles sold is type 1, then type 2, and highest is type 3. So it says the commission charged has a difference of 1% in sequence. Meaning, if the commission on type 1, let's say, is X%, on type 2 it is going to be X plus 1%, and on type 3 it is going to be X plus 2%. That's what it means by the statement, right? The commission charged is having a difference of 1% in that sequence. So X% on first type, X plus 1% on second type, and X plus 2% on the third type. Now he says find the highest commission percentage of articles. Now highest is of course X plus 2%. So we have to find out what is X plus 2 here. How do you do it? Very simple. We know from the given table that the total commission earned. From the given table here, we know that the total commission earned by store A is 32,000 rupees. Now how do we arrive at this 32,000? Simple. This 32,000 is equal to the total commission earned. What is the commission earned on type 1? X%. X% of what? 800. But for how many articles? 80 articles. So the value will be 80 times of X% of 800 plus what is the commission? Let me just clear this off. You have understood the ratio part there anyways. What is the commission on the second type of article? X plus 1% of 600, but for 160 articles. So 160 into X plus 1% of whatever that value is. 600, right? 600. So x plus 1% of 600. And the third type, what is the third type? X plus 2% is the commission. X plus 2% of 400, 240 times. So 240 into x plus 2% of 400. That's it. Only one equation and one unknown value. 32,000 is the left hand side. The right hand side is this equation in terms of x. You can solve this equation and find the value of x. But remember, x is not the answer. He's asking us to find out the highest commission. The highest commission is x plus 2. So x plus 2% will be the final answer. So get the value of x. Get the value of x. I mean, if you want to just keep it simple, forget about the zeros here. I mean, you know, all the zeros are getting cancelled anyway. 1 0 and 2 0. Then here 1 0 and 2 zeros. 1 0 and 2 zeros. So 3 zeros in every term on the right hand side and 3 zeros on the left hand side. So eventually, what do we have? We have 32 equals to, and see, percentage is there everywhere. This percentage is there everywhere, right? Percentage is by 100. So on the right hand side we have by 100, by 100, by 100. That goes on the left hand side. It becomes 3200, right? 3200, 3200 equals to 8 into x into 8. So that's like 64x plus 16 into x into 6. So 96x plus 16 into 1 into 6. Remember, there are two terms here. 16 into x into 6, or 16 into 6 is 96. So 96 times of x plus 1. So that is 96x plus 96. And the last part here, 24 into 4 again is 96. 96 times of x plus 2. So that is 96x plus 96 into 2 is 192. Simplify for x. So what happens? 96 and 192 is 288. Right? 288. 3200 minus 288. You getting it? And what is the sum of x's here? 64, 96 and 96 and 96 is 192. 192 and 64 is 256. So 256x is equal to 3200 minus whatever we had got. What did we get? 192 plus 96. So 288. So that should be equal to 2912. Now simplify this, we'll get the value of x. X is 2912 by 256. And your final answer is going to be plus 2 on that, right? Because we need the highest percentage, right? We need the highest percentage. So this comes out to be somewhere around 11 times, right? Because 256 into, see, I'm doing an approximate calculation. Exact calculation is not required in most of the cases, because 256 into 10 is 2560. 2560 plus 256 is 2816. This is something more than that, more than 2816, right? So, you know, approximately 11 point something, 11 point some percentage. But we need x plus 2, so that should be 13 point some percentage. So, of course, since fifth option is none of this, you'll have to do the precise calculation. But if you're ready to take a chance, you should be very sure that option A, option B, and option D are ruled out. A, B, and D are ruled out because these are not in the range. The answer should be 13 point something. 11% is what we have got here for x. Actual requirement is x plus 2. So 11 plus 2, 13.375, right? So option C is the answer here. Option C is the answer here. Now, the only struggle that many of us or most of us have while solving these type of questions is not the question itself, because it's a simple one. We end up wasting a lot of time in doing those calculations. You have to be very quick in calculations. Cut down the number of steps that you put on paper. Do as much as possible mentally and arrive at the final answer, right? Please do not go by the length of explanation or the time that we have spent here, because as you all understand, I was solving it and also explaining it, right? If I cut down the explanation part, it takes about 40-45 seconds maximum, right? So that is the solution, and keep that in mind. 13.375 will be the final answer. Okay. I think the most important part is the last step here, 2009-12 divided by 256. And we have learned in divisions, right? We have discussed how to do divisions quickly. 2009-12 should be split in terms of 256, in terms of the denominator basically. So 2009-12 can be taken as 2560 plus 256 plus whatever extra we get. So 2560 by 256 is 10. 256 by 256 1. So 10 plus 1 11 plus that additional part, which will be 0.375 like most of you have found here. So 11.375. Okay, let's take up the next question from the same data, which is on your screens now. Try this. Here it says, if store C has only one type of article and the number of articles and its selling price is equal, which is in the range of, greater than or equal to 100 and less than 110, then find the percentage range of commission. Quick. Talking about store C, only one type of article and the number of articles and selling price is equal, which is in the range of 100 to 110 as given here. So he's asking us to get the range of commission here. Try it quick. Okay, let's take it up now. See, how do we go about it? He says store C has only one type of article and the number of articles and its selling price is equal, right? So basically the number of articles itself is equal to the selling price of each article. And he says this is, which here refers to what? Which here refers to the selling price, or these numbers basically. The number of articles and selling price is equal, which is greater than or equal to 100 and less than 110. So tell me, what are the possible values? What are the two possible values here? It belongs to what values? It is greater than or equal to 100. So it can be 100 minimum, and maximum it can be 109. Are you able to follow? It belongs to this range. See, it is greater than or equal to 100. So minimum there will be 100 articles and the price will be then 100. Maximum it will be 109 because it should be less than 110. Less than 110 is 109. Right? Of course. Now why do we say 109? Why not 109.9? Because number of articles have to be an integral value. Right? Has to be an integral value. So we now know, I hope you all understand, this is the symbol for belongs to. Those who are not from the math background, this is belongs to. So number of articles is equal to the selling price, which can be, minimum 100, and so basically minimum 100 and maximum 109. Now what do we have to find out? The range of commission, percentage range of commission, right? What will be the percentage range of commission? How do you get this? See, we already know the total commission earned by store C here, right? Store C, we are referring to store C. So in case of minimum, what happens? So case 1, let's say, which is the minimum case, what happens? The total commission earned is 35,000. Now balance this with what we have got. See, you have got 100 articles. This means what? You have got 100 articles and the price of each article is same 100 rupees, right? 100 articles and the price of each article is 100 rupees. So 35,000 should be equal to what? Some percentage. Let's say the commission is C percentage. C percent of 100 multiplied by 100. Simplify this to get the answer. Right? So of course C percentage of 100 is C itself, C into 100. So what will C come out to be? C comes out to be 350. Right? C minimum, I can say. Now case 2, when it is maximum, in that case what happens? 35,000 should be equal to what? C percentage of 109. The commission is always on the selling price. So selling price now is 109. In case of maximum, selling price is 109, number of articles are also 109. So 109 times 109. Simplify this. So again, C percentage of 109 is, now how do you do this? This time 100 will not get cancelled. So the C in maximum case will be equal to what? This percentage and this will get cancelled. So 350 sorry, it won't get cancelled, you actually get multiplied, I'm sorry. Yeah, so that will be then 35,000 into 100 divided by 109 into 109, and you arrive at the answer. So you know one value 350, commission value 350, the other commission value. Okay. Now of course if you look at the options, option A gets eliminated. See, answer has to, by the way, we could have stopped there itself. We don't have to do the next step here, because option A anyway gets eliminated. We know that in case of the minimum case, when there are 100 articles, the commission is 350%. The commission is 350%, right? Now 350% is not there in first range. It is of course there in second range, but that should be one of the extreme values here, right? So it's not there in 342, 377. Here it is of course not there. This is definitely the answer, and option E also gets eliminated. Option B also gets eliminated. I mean, you understand what I'm trying to say? This you have got as 350. This of course will be less than 350, right? It has to be less than 350, and that upon simplification will come out to be 294, right? So answer directly can be marked as option D, because we have already got one value as 350, which is there only in one of the options, right? Trust you have all understood this. So 294 to 350 will be the range of the answer here. I think many of you have got the answer already. Yeah. Ideally, we should have stopped after calculating 350, but the next step is important if there are more options having 350 as the range there. Okay. Next question on your screens now. Same data. This time the question says store C sells 3 products in equal numbers, 105, and equal commission percentage. If the selling price in rupees are 200, 300, and 400, then what is the commission percentage? Try this time. This is again one simple equation that it form, right? It says store C sells 3 products in equal numbers, meaning each is 105 articles, right? 105 products basically, and equal commission percentage. Equal commission percentage. So 3 products, 1, 2, 3. The quantity in each case is 105, 105, 105. The commission percentage in each case is, let's say, C, C, and C. It is same. Equal commission percentage, but the selling prices are different. What are the selling prices? 200, 300, 400. 200. You don't have to write this in the exam, by the way. I'm just trying to explain this to you with the help of a simple table. What you do in the exam is directly get onto the numbers there, right? Play with those numbers there. So we know the quantities, we know the commissions, we know the selling price. We have to find out the commission percentage, C. C is equal to what? Now how do you get C? Simple. We know that the total commission earned by store C is 35,000. So balance is now 35,000 should be equal to, see, since C percentage is common everywhere, I can take it outside. C percentage of 105. 105 also is common, so let me take that also out. So basically 35,000 should be equal to 105 into C percent. C percent is C by 100. 200 plus 300 plus 400. Trust you're clear with this, right? It should be 105 into C percent of 200 plus 105 into C percent of 300 plus 105 into C percent of 400. But that can be taken common. 105 and C percentage can be taken common. So 200 plus 300 plus 400 is 900, right? And these zeros get cancelled. So basically C should be equal to 35,000 divided by 105 into 9. So very close to basically 350 by 9. I mean, if you say approximately 100 here, so that will be 350 by 9. 350 by 9 is what? It should be close to 40. Oh, options are by the way given in terms of fractions here. So we have to do the precise calculation then. Yeah. So let's do what happens. This is like 21 times, 5 into 21, and this is 5 into 7. I mean, it's like 7 into 1000, let's say, right? 7 into 5, 35, and this is 1000. Then this is 3 times. Yeah, so 1000 by 27. We don't have to simplify it further because options are also given in the same format. So 1000 in the numerator, 3 into 927 in the denominator. Option D will be the answer. Very simple question. And the last one here. Try this out. Yeah. Store D sold 3 articles, each in the number 100, and each have a selling price of rupees 800. And the commission percentage for each is in an AP. AP is like an arithmetic progression with common difference of 5. If total commission earned by store D is 14.2/7% more than that of store C, then find the minimum range of commission. Find the minimum range of commission. You have 1 minute for this. Your clock starts now. Got it? Alright, let's take it up now. So basically it's about store D, which has got 3 types of articles. Each is 100 in quantity and they have selling price of 800 rupees each. Now the commission is in arithmetic progression with a common difference of 5. So what do you mean by this common difference of 5? See, 1, again, don't write this in the exam, only for the sake of explanation here. The quantities are 100 each, right? The price is 800 each. Commission, it is an arithmetic progression. So if it is C percentage here, this would be C plus 5%, and this would be C plus 10%. So common difference is 5, meaning you take difference of consecutive commissions, it comes out to be 5. So C and C plus 5, the difference is 5. C plus 5 and C plus 10, the difference is 5. You can also take C minus 5, C and C plus 5. I mean, whichever way. Eventually the answer would be same. So we know this. Now, find out the minimum range of commission. Find out the minimum range of commission here, right? So basically we need to get the range of commission. So range of commission is what? C percentage to C plus 10%, right? C percentage to C plus 10%. That's what we are looking at. Now, the point is, what is the total commission earned by D? That is not known to us. It's a missing value. However, when you read this next part of the question, it says the total commission earned by D is 14.2/7% more than that of store C. 14.2/7% more than that of C, which means this question mark will be equal to 35,000 plus 14.2/7% of 35,000. Now, if you recall our video on speed math and percentages, we had learned that 14.2/7% is nothing but 1/7 of the value. This is one standard percentage which you should remember in terms of its equivalent fraction. 14.2/7%. 14.2/7% is basically 14.2857%, which is 1/7 of the value. So whenever you have to take 14.2/7% of something, you just take 1/7 of the value. If you have to take 28.4/7, you take 2/7 of the value. If you have to take 42.6/7, you take 3/7 of the value, and so on. So if you remember that, which you are supposed to remember, then the calculation becomes really simple. Instead of calculating 14.2/7%, I'll take 1/7 of 35,000. What is 1/7 of 35,000? 5,000. Which means the total commission of company D is 35,000 plus 5,000, 40,000. So now I can say 40,000 is equal to C percentage of 800 into 100, C plus 5% of 800 into 100, C plus 10 percentage of 800 into 100. So if I take 800 into 100 common, what do we get? We get C by 100 plus C plus 5 by 100 plus C plus 10 by 100. You understand? These are percentages. C percentage of 800 into 100, C plus 5 percentage of 800 into 100, and C plus 10 percentage of 800 into 100. So 100 is anyway common, gets cancelled, right? 800 goes how many times here? 50 times. 800 here goes 5 times in 4,000, so 50 times is 40,000. So basically 50 is equal to C plus 5 plus C plus 10. So this is 3C plus 5 plus 10 is 15, or 3C is equal to 50 minus 15 is 35, which means what is C? C is approximately 12. 35 by 3 is 12, right? Or 36 by 3, approximately 12. So minimum percentage is 12. C plus 10, 22. C plus 10 will be what? 12 plus 10, 22. So the range will be this, 12 percentage to 22 percentage, that kind of a range, right? So 12 to 22, I think if you look at the options, B, C, D, E all get eliminated. Option A, 11 to 22. See, actually this is not 12, this is 11.66, so maybe he has taken 11 percentage there. And this is 11.66 plus 10, so 21.66, 22 there. Anyway, option A, 11 to 22 is the final answer there. So very simple in terms of the format. Of course, it is different from what we have solved so far, right? It talks about commission and number of articles and the range of commissions and selling price of different articles. But yeah, once you get the understanding of the given data, then solving this would be only subject to your calculation skills, right? You have to be very quick in these simple calculations. So I think the most important point to be noted here is to work on your numerical skills, which is a known fact, right? I mean, we talk about this in every session that we do. So please practice more on your calculations, because that is the key to score more in quantitative aptitude section. And I'm sure the fact that most of you guys have cleared the preliminary examination, you must be really good when it comes to numbers. However, practicing more will only make you better. Okay, so keep practicing and take very good care of yourselves. We'll see you again tomorrow at the same time, 4:30, with question number 5 of these 15 must solve questions. Right? Take care.